Hello, and welcome to Spoiler Alert, where I tell you how something was that isn't yet. This week we're looking at the latest series of Top Gear, Series 22. Yes, it's been going on a really long time, and boy, the presenters haven't aged a day. No, they've aged many. After the fiasco in Patagonia, the boys are still terrified at the sound of any Spanish accents, and the bigwigs at the BBC have finally decided that Jeremy Clarkson needs some basic sense of etiquette instilled in him, and so they have sent him off to finishing school. It went about as well as you think it would. As for Richard Hammond, he's still continuing his uphill slog to be the cute one of the group, despite the inevitability of time marching forward and ravaging his soft young flesh. His co-presenters have already caught him whitening his teeth and dyeing his hair, and this series they catch him trying to sustain his youth through far darker means indeed. He still couldn't get any extra height thrown into that bargain though. So that's Clarkson and Hammond. What of James May? Well, we don't see him that much this series because he lost the studio with his incredible sense of direction. When he does finally make it though, we at last learn of the bet he lost, which explains his whole wardrobe. And the Stig? Well, some say he is the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and that is why we shall never see his face. Others say that this joke is in very poor taste and I should probably move on. This season has all sorts of challenges lined up for the boys, and the first one is in Australia, which makes a ton of sense to me because that's where the British have always sent the people they didn't want around. They also go to Canada to test rugged pickup trucks, only to find out that Canada is really different than what they expected. And wrapping up their travel segments, the boys have a race across St. Petersburg at rush hour, with the Stig on public transportation, James May in a car, Richard Hammond on his bike, and Jeremy Clarkson on a hovercraft, because it's 2015 and god damn it, we need more hovercrafts in our lives. Unfortunately, things don't go quite as planned when the Stig gets caught up in a lively dance number after someone hears there is a rumor in St. Petersburg, and Richard Hammond is arrested by the Russian police for homosexuality after showing up in his biking outfit. Or he would have been if the fashion police hadn't beat them to it. So what of our other challenges? Well, Hammond tries to drive a Land Rover up a dam. Guess which curse he says when it doesn't work. The boys also question how hard can it be to build and drive an ambulance, which is ironic because these are not the people I want showing up when I have to call 911. And of course this is a British show, and this series emphasizes that heavily with a rally around Buckingham Palace, testing cars on Baker Street, and they race a motorcycle versus this train and a flying Ford Anglia to see who will reach Hogwarts first. Still, this is ostensibly a car show, so what do we see go around the track? Well, not the fastest production car ever, the Venom GT. And why not? My guess is that they can't handle having their smug British asses handed to them by us colonials. Instead, they test the McLaren P1, the Porsche 918 Spider, and the Ferrari LaFerrari, and the results of this test are very clear. This is what a midlife crisis looks like. Other cars we see go around the track include the Eagle Low Drag GT, which is trying to find Nemo, the Lexus RCF Coupe, which is modeled on a Power Rangers helmet, the Corvette Stingray, Hammond's new favorite American muscle car, and the Jaguar F-Type, which is billed as the poster boy of British villainy, suave, sophisticated, and intelligent. In short, everything these three aren't. And finally, we see the slowest vehicle to ever go around the Top Gear track when Jeremy locks Hammond in a human hamster ball and refuses to let him out until he beats the Stig's time. So that's it for this week's Spoiler Alert. Please, tell me what you want reviewed in advance in the comments down below, and until next time, don't say I didn't warn you.